Hi, everybody. I want to talk to you today about where your power stems from. Your power comes from your values. When you're doing something from within your values, it will recharge you. It will start giving you life force. It will start moving you through. When you do something outside of your power, it depletes you. So, for example, if you're an artist and you're sitting down and painting, that brings out your power. That's your passion that moves through you. There's divine energy moving into your body and out into your hands. If you're an artist and you're doing your taxes, that will deplete you. It's something that you have to kind of crunch yourself into, and it slowly seeps your energy away. Another really big thing that's important to note is that not always your values are going to show up in your actions. So again, if let's say you're an artist and your value is to live fully, part of living fully in society is paying your taxes. So paying your taxes is part of it. But we have to figure out how to pay your taxes in a way that actually still gives you energy. So this is an exercise that I learned from John Wineland. He's great, and I really recommend listening to his stuff. Basically, it's making your life into three columns. You have your yes column, your no column, and your maybe column. On the top right, which is your yes column, you're just going to write out everything that gives you energy, what charges you, what connects you to your heart, to yourself. Is that hanging out with family, spending time with your spouse, going to the games with your friends? Is it showing up to work fully? Or perhaps it's gardening. You get to decide what those actions are. And some of them can be macro things like going to festivals, going to Burning Man. And some of them can be minor things like sipping tea out on the patio in the mornings. Write it all out in as many details as possible. Some of them will be very true to the things that are going on in your day to day life. And some of them will just be things that you can only do once a year. Then in your no, you're going to do everything that takes away your power. That could be fighting with your spouse. That can be spending time with your in laws. That can be showing up to work late. That can be your boss. Just write it all out, all the things that deplete your power. That's saying yes when you mean no. That is, putting the kids to bed. All the things that like just are not giving you energy. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put the list of the maybes. The maybes are everything that doesn't give you energy nor takes away energy. So that can be unloading the dishwasher. That can be making your bed. That can be, going to work. It's not here nor there. That can be spending time with your spouse's friends. Just write it all out, have it really clear. And what you're going to see is you're going to see your life written out. Now, here's the trick. We can't avoid things that we want to avoid all the time, but we can modify and we can strategize. So what you want to do right above is just write percentage wise, how much are you in each of these columns? Are you in your yes 10% of the time and you're in your no probably 70% of the time? You can see how miserable you feel is because of that. If you're 30% in each, then you might find that you're kind of feeling neutral or things feel sustainable. What we want to do is we want to slowly, gradually get you to 90% in your yes and 10% in your no. How do we do that? So the first thing is I want you to look at your maybe column. What does within your maybe column, what can you do to make it a yes? So if the maybe column is unloading the dishwasher, but in your yes column, it's listening to a certain teacher, make sure that podcast is on while you're unloading your dishwasher. If it's in your maybe column, taking your kids to school, make sure that maybe that time is spent as quality time with your family, if that's in your yes column, and see if you can make that time meaningful with your kids. Ask one ethical question a day on the way to school, something like that. Try to see what can you do for each of your maybes to modify and get it into the yes category. The next question is what can I delegate out? So now here's also anything left over in your category or your no category. What can I delegate out? What can I take out of my life? So maybe I can hire a cleaning person. Maybe I can invest the money in that because that's actually depleting me. And that energy that's depleting me, I can rather use to be more creative at work. You're really wanting to understand that your energy is finite, or you don't have every day just an endless amount. You have to be strategic. So what can you delegate out? What can you make boundaries around? So let's say if it's in-laws and saying like, I don't want to see them every weekend, I'll see them twice a month instead. Or again, going into that modification of how can I make it feasible? I really like my brother-in-law, so I'm going to make sure I'm only with my brother-in-law when we go to our in-laws. Find out the ways that we can either bring it up to a maybe and then eventually bring it to a yes, or to delegate it out, or to make a boundary around it. So it's really clear your no list, your maybe list, your yes list. Find your life in writing. And then also try to figure out the last part is how do we make your yes more? So if your yes is, I really love helping people, but you're in a job that's, computer science, and you're seeing maybe I can figure out a way to combine the two, or maybe I need a career shift into something else. We want to really just kind of delegate, modify, strategize, and emphasize. So emphasizing all of your yeses to try to make it more the bulk of your time, the bulk of your day. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. Write it all out. You'll see it makes a lot of sense. And when you start implementing those changes, it's going to also build a momentum, which is really cool. This is also a nice chance to take responsibility for your life and stop playing the blame game, or that you're waiting for X to happen and then you'll be happy. You can be happy now. Just figure out what are the changes and modifications that you need to make. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a great week, and I'd love to hear your responses. Bye.